Good evening, everybody. Tonight on Cooking with Chris, we're going to make buffalo chicken pasta in the Instant Pot. Okay, so we got our first step ready. We've got our 2 chicken breasts in the Instant Pot. These don't have to be any certain weight. You just want to have 2 chicken breasts, good size. These probably are a little more than a pound. And then what we've done is we put 2 tablespoons of buffalo chicken sauce. You can use Frank's or any that you can find. And then last thing we're going to do before we get the chicken cooked is throw in some chicken stock or chicken broth, 1 cup. You'll drop that in. Then we're going to go ahead and put our lid on. Make sure your vent's closed. And then for this one, we're going to do manual. And we're going to do 10 minutes. And then once that's actually done, we're going to let it sit for 5 minutes before we release the pressure on the quick release. All right, so we've hit the 5-minute mark after it's finished with its 10 minutes. So now we're going to go ahead and release that quick release. Maybe you too have a dog that doesn't like the Instant Pot. We'll let that quick release till that knob goes down, and then we're going to go ahead and pull that lid off and shred up that chicken. All right, so as you can see, our valve went down. That means we can go ahead and remove this lid off. So you'll pull your lid off, set it off to the side, and there's our cooked chicken. So I've got my bowl here that I'm going to put my chicken into. You go ahead and take your chicken out, throw it in your bowl. Once you've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and shred the chicken. I've got my bear paws I'm going to use for that, but you can use just a fork to do that as well. And then what we're going to add into that is a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/2 teaspoon each of salt and basil, and then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and then we're going to do 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. And then we're also going to throw in some Boursin, which is a Gournay cheese. And you can either use this if you want, or you can also put in your own herbs. And then we also have our cream cheese, which has been softened at just 3 ounces. So most of them come in 8-ounce blocks, so you can save that for other times if you use it at a time. So once you've got all your ingredients together, we're going to go ahead and put in 1/3 cup of that same buffalo sauce that you used earlier to coat the chicken with, just to give it that spicy taste. All right, so next thing, we got to get our pasta into the pot. So what I've done is add 2 more cups of the chicken stock, or again, the chicken broth. If you do want to use cans, you can do that as well. You just measure out that first cup and then add the other 2 remaining cans, plus anything that was left over from that first can. Then we're going to take a full box. This is a pound of rotini. Again, any rotini will work, or any pasta that's kind of a heavier pasta. You don't want to use something that is going to absorb the water very well. You're just going to dump that in. What I like to do is just take the same fork I used, or spoon, mix up the chicken, and just get that as coated as possible. We want that in the bottom so that the pasta is going to cook. So by now you should have your chicken mixed up. You're going to go ahead and add it in. And you want to just lay that on top of the pasta. We don't want to mix that in because we want the broth to cook up the chicken. Otherwise, we're not going to get cooked pasta. Then you're going to go ahead and put on your Instant Pot lid. Close it up. Make sure your vent's sealed. And then for this one, we're going to do manual. And we're going to go down to 5 minutes on this one. Again, with this one, we're not actually going to do a natural release. We're going to do a quick release once we hit the end of the time. All right, so we've reached the end of our 5 minutes on the pasta. And again, with this one, we want a quick release. So we want to release that pressure until that valve there goes down. All right, so our valve's down. Now we're going to go ahead and pull the lid off. And here's our finished pasta. Again, since we put that pasta down the bottom and the chicken on the top, you're going to want to just give that a real good stir to incorporate it before you serve up. And this should serve 4 to 6 people. What I like about this is that it does make some good leftovers. So you can go ahead and save it for the next day or lunch or whatever you want to do with it. So thank you for watching Cooking with Chris tonight. And we hope you follow, like, and subscribe to our videos. Have a good night.